I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Sullivan County Sheriff's deputies say he was responsible for a Western Sullivan crime wave last year that included home burglaries and arsons. And today, 19-year-old Nicholas Simon of Jeffersonville was sentenced to 14 years in prison. Simon torched a car and burned down a neighbor's home in Jeffersonville to cover up a burglary. An accomplice, 19-year-old Kyle Frieda of Narrowsburg, was sentenced to 5.5 years for his participation in one of the burglaries and a car arson. Both Simon and Frieda said they committed the burglaries to support drug habits. A third teen, 19-year-old Vandaro Malone of Coshecton Center, will be sentenced in 2 weeks. Tears and hugs today at the Town of Newburgh post office. Today was the last day of business at the contract post office branch located in Algonquin Plaza. The Postal Service and contract holder Bob Solis could not come to terms on a new agreement. And despite attempts made by members of the community and local political leaders, an 11th hour rescue did not come. And that angered local residents, including Marissa Anderson.
We set up a petition, and they just ignored that. And there were quite a few signatures. I don't have the number. You'll have to ask, Bonnie here or someone else. But there were quite a few signatures in rebuttal of what's going on. So they don't care. They're not listening to us. We're the community. They don't care. And that's where it's at. And it's frustrating. This is happening all over the country. This is not just this one post office. This is a model of Americana going down the hill.
Folks like Anderson will now have to travel to postal facilities in the city of Newberg or at Stewart Airport. Bonnie Carpenter has been manager of the town post office for the past 18 years. She and others see the closing today as a blow to the community. Development of more cargo space in flights could be the short-term catalyst for growth at Stewart Airport. Members of the Stewart Airport Commission may choose to lean in that direction after seeing a 9% decline in passenger traffic at Stewart in May and June, compared to a 12% increase in cargo business during the first half of this year. Today's meeting featured economic development officials from Orange and Dutchess counties who say an emphasis on cargo traffic could be the key to job growth at a time when Stewart is struggling to attract and retain passenger service. Meantime, Orange County Partnership President Maureen Hallahan told the Commission that she wants the DOT and the FAA to consider Stewart as the site of a future next-gen GPS radar center that will replace traditional ground radar to serve the New York-Philadelphia region and bring jobs to the area. Also, there was word today that the way is now clear for the construction of a $10 million state police crime lab on Stewart Airport property. In Orange County Court today, a Port Jervis man was sentenced to 7 years in prison for sexually molesting 2 young girls. 61-year-old Hector Lonzo was convicted of the felonies of coercive sexual conduct against a child. He was arrested in February for the incidents that occurred in Port Jervis. Authorities say the girls were molested over a 2-year period. Situation has gone from bad to worse for 18-year-old Andrew Hecht, who now faces more charges after bolting from the town of Plattekill courtroom. Hecht was brought to court Friday afternoon following his arrest for stealing a flat-screen TV from a house he burglarized. After his handcuffs were removed and the judge set bail at $500 and ordered him to be held at Ulster County Jail, Hecht ran out of the courtroom and into a nearby wooded area. Police officers, with the help of a new Paltz canine unit, tracked him down about a half an hour later. Hecht's bail has since been raised to $25,000 after being charged with escape, resisting arrest, and criminal mischief for breaking down the courthouse door. He had been recently paroled after serving 2 years in prison for a burglary conviction. Organized chaos. That is how Ulster County Fair manager Gary Newkirk describes the hours leading up to today's opening of the fair in New Paltz. And this morning, vendors were preparing their booths in anticipation for the fair's 4 p.m. opening. And seeing that this is the 125th edition of the event, fair officials say there will be special promotions for visitors this year, and they hope to surpass last year's disappointing rain-soaked attendance figure.
Last year, unfortunately, we lost about 2 days with rain, so we're not talking about last year's numbers. We were down to around 40,000 last year. We are hoping to hit the 50,000 mark. That's what we would love to do. I don't care how much you plan, how much entertainment you have, whatever. You know, Mother Nature kind of has the last say, but we're very hopeful this year. We're hoping that, you know, we may get a brief shower or two, but we're really hoping for a good run.
The Ulster County Fair will feature daily 4-H events and music shows, more than 20 rides, and of course, plenty of food. And the fair runs through Sunday. And they've whittled them down to 5, the finalists in the contest for a new slogan to help market and rebrand the Catskill region. The Catskill Park Resource Foundation is sponsoring the contest that is part of a $5 million ad campaign to draw interest in the Catskill region to future tourists. More than 3,700 slogan entries were submitted, and here are the 5 finalists. The Catskills, Peaks of Perfection. The Catskills, Always in Season. The Catskills, Time for an Altitude Adjustment. Find Yourself in the Catskills. And the Catskills, So Near, Yet So Far Out. The person who submits the winning entry gets $1,500, and the winner will be announced during a Comedy in the Catskills benefit concert August 25th at Bel Air Mountain. A raincoat and umbrella would be good things to have with you for the next couple of days. It'll be cloudy Wednesday with thunderstorms in the forecast. The highs will be in the low 80s. Thursday will be partly cloudy with more thunderstorm activity predicted. Temperatures will climb back up into the middle 80s. Keep clicking here at Record Online to stay connected to breaking news and get a complete look at all that is happening by picking up tomorrow's edition of the Times Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Bench.